Hi everyone, my name is Rubina A Khan and welcome to the 8th edition of Rubina's Radar today. Tonight I'm in conversation with the indisputable fashion icon in the Indian film industry, the man, the hero, your bhidu, Jack Shroff. Born with good looks, incomparable swagger and little else, Jai Kishan Kakubai Shroff went on from being just another hot guy in the Teen Batti area of Mumbai to major award-winning actor and hero in Indian cinema. Fueled by his self confidence and self worth, he made something of his life from the ground up. And how? Jackie speaks many languages, but the language he's most articulate in is the language of fashion and the way he makes clothes look and feel on him, obviously. Men's fashion has changed radically ever since he came onto the scene as a major movie star. And men's fashion today speaks Jackie because he dared to take flights of fashion when no other heroes would dare to back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Jackie Shroff. I hope you enjoy the conversation as much as I'm going to be enjoying talking to him because he's wild, he's humorous, and he's down to earth. Okay, he's just come on. I'm going to patch him in, guys. Hi.
Can you see me or it's too dark?
No, I can see you.
Oh, good.
Maybe a little light would help your fans and people who have been waiting to hear you and see you. Yes, that's great. Yes. Hi.
Hello, Rubina.
So everyone, Jackie's been shooting for a film called Phone Booth, and he's just finished shooting, and he's come on live for you guys. And so, should we get started, Jackie?
Yeah, darling, you definitely love.
Okay. So your father, Kakubai Haribhai Shroff, was an astrologer. Did he sort of
Yeah.
sense that you're going to go to these heroic heights of stardom and become a fashion icon?
Oh, he did say that mass media will be your is where you will shine. And that was I was in school. I said I won't be able to do college, Daddy. So he said, "Don't worry, you will be an actor." I said, "Yeah, thanks." That's how it
So
was.
he knew it, huh? So he knew it. So he knew it.
I didn't know it, but my father knew it. It just happened to me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you're of mixed heritage. Your father was a Gujarati, and your mother from erstwhile Turkmenistan in old USSR. So, how much of your roots contribute to your love for indigenous Indian and Western clothing? Because you carry off both kinds very effortlessly.
How much of my, I beg your pardon, how much of my root?
Yes, like Gujarati and being Turk from your mother's side. So, you know, the Eastern and
Yeah,
Western
love has, I
influence in
think
your
love has
clothing.
no color, love has no color, no creed, no caste, nothing. Love
No,
is
fashion.
just,
I mean, like fashion wise.
the fashion came from maybe the hippie era and the Clint Eastwood era, the Devanand era. You know what I mean? So Khadi Bandar used to be my place. Clint Eastwood was my hero. So the boots came from there. The hippie era, where the hippies came down to India. So the flower child, you know, all those easy clothing, tie and dye kurtas, painted jeans, all those things started happening then.
So,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. So when did you know that you had an eye for fashion as a boy growing up in Teen Batti? Did you always know it, or did you cultivate this?
I kind of used to dream about it, and I used to make it. If it was a pink pant, I could make a pink pant and carry it off with a white T-shirt, sleeveless. And that used to be a khadi bandar, khadi ka kapda. So मेरे को कोई ऐसे fashion का ये नहीं था कि मैं fashion. It used to make me feel comfortable because I used to imagine myself in that. So I used to make it. And khadi bandar was cheap. So those, I mean, we could afford to buy the fabric, and the fabric was fantastic.
So this was your access to the world of fashion, like movies, because there's no Google there. There was no like things that you had references for. So what was your access? What was your access to the world of
I can't hear
fashion?
you.
Like,
Terrible connection. Are you connected
no,
on
so
Wi-Fi? Which? I lost you again.
No, I'll
sorry.
ask you again. No problem. So I wanted to know, what was your access to the world of fashion? Magazines, people on the street? What used to inspire you to play with yourself as a stylist?
No, there was no icon, nothing, no magazines. I was in a chawl. It was a small little shanty chawl that I used to live in.
Right.
So the question of getting access to any of those high fashion, and we never had the internet and those things earlier, so you could never get any fashion shows or anything. You know what I mean?
Right. Of course. Yeah. So why were you called Jaggu Dada? Was it because of the way you walked and looked? Because it was certainly not because you were a Dada. You were a very kind person.
Well, I was a Dada because I used to get beaten up for all my friends. My friends used to pick up fights, and I was the scapegoat. I had to get into it. So to you know what I mean? So वो करते करते दादा बन गया. मगर my no one called me Dada as a big brother though. My mom used to call me Jaggu.
Your mother used to call you Jaggu. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you went out for anything, whether it was a walk with somebody's old grandparents or whether you went to Nepean Road in itsy bitsy shorts. So tell me how you fluctuated between like going for walks with a grandparent and then going looking all hot and happening to Nepean Road in the night, evening rather.
It just came natural. I felt comfortable in what I wore. I mean, for me, denim shorts were denim shorts. It was a normal thing to wear. And my only thing was that I had cut it like a bikini instead of short.
Yeah, we know. Really short.
So, yeah, and then somehow I used to like wearing dhotis and later on salwar kameez. But my boots never changed. My boots was always there. Whether it was a dhoti, I wore a boots. Whether it was a salwar kurta, I used to wear again boots. Because I was fascinated by boots. I used to design my own boots.
Yes, remember the bandhani ones we saw and took pictures of? The bandhani boots you designed.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've always said your childhood home was really small, like you said today. But ये सब इतने खूबसूरत कपड़े आप रखते कहाँ थे? जो आप बनाते थे और ड्रीम करते थे, पर रखते कहाँ थे आप?
मेरे पास एक कबर्ड आ गया था गोदरेज के कबर्ड में.
अच्छा, so that was your wardrobe per se.
Yeah, my mom's and mine and my dad's also.
इतनी जगह थी क्योंकि दिल बड़ा था तो जगह भी बनी गई.
हाँ, मगर कबर्ड के अंदर फोल्ड करके साड़ियां आ जाती थी, शर्ट्स आ जाते थे, खाली एक दो जैकेट होते थे लटकते थे बस.
अच्छा. With modeling in the early 80s, then you became a hero with Swami Dada and Hero, the film. What was fashion in films like back then?
I used to love the bell bottoms. Bell bottoms is something that I had always seen on hippies. I'd seen it on Beatles. I'd seen it in Jimi Hendrix. So bell bottoms was something which had fascinated me, and different kind of printed pants, hand painted pants. These were my favorites. I used to love long jackets. You know what I mean? And in the films, they used to have these. So most of them used to have bell bottoms earlier days with big collar, and we were fascinated by Kakaji Rajesh Khanna's 7-piece shirt, and we had made it also 7-piece. So 7 cuts to the shirt, then bush shirt, the shirt, and then bobby collar, then Hati Mera Sati safari suit. You know, these Devanand sir's cap from Jewel Thief, Devanand sir's collars with 3 buttons. We thought that was really cool. Then Dharamji's shirt, which were like with flaps and like applets and all that.
Yeah. So before you came onto
we
the
kind of
Indian
as teenagers we were fascinated by film that never changed. That was constant with me.
right, you never swapped those for anything. So before you came onto the Indian cinema screens, fashion for men was rather limited to experimentation with hairstyles and whatever the shirt, like you said, safari suit the, फिर कुछ और था. So whether Rajesh Khanna was wearing bell bottoms or Amitabh Bachchan was also wearing bell bottoms, but ये उनका inherent style नहीं था. All the heroes used to wear almost the same kind of clothes for the period that you used to shoot in. But आपके साथ it was all very different. आपने बंजाना पहना, it became street fashion. आपने दुपट्टा उड़ा त्रिदेव में, it became street fashion. So you changed the game with your own fashion sensibility, and you took men's fashion from just being what everyone's
I know.
wearing
I
and
never
just simple
realized
pop
it.
of color
What I
here and
wear,
there.
people like to wear bandhani shirts. They like bandhani around their necks. They like to wear boots.
Mhm.
Different kind of bandanas that I used to have. I still have them. Still follow my heart, my instinct, what I feel like. Don't have much clothes that I keep at home, but I mix and match. I carry on.
Hmm. So you've broken stereotypes of what men, heroes rather, should wear on and off screen. You wore dupattas, jewelry with fearless abandon, and it just enhanced your masculine persona even more.
For
What made you
jewelry,
try out the
it used to be
unconventional?
flowers around my neck or something. Maybe,
Right.
I
Yes,
beg your
yes,
pardon?
I forgot. Hmm. Yes, I forgot the
Gajra,
flowers. I'm sorry.
it used to be Gajra. Basically, Gajra was the thing that used to go inside my collar when I used to go out partying and all that. So when you're dancing, you're smelling good.
Mm.
It looks lovely. Feels good on your neck. So that used to be my kind of jewelry. I hardly had anything on me. No rings, no kada, or any of those things. I don't remember having them. But I used to have bells on my boots for sure. I used to have castanets
Oh,
on my hip. I used to keep some musical around me. Usually my boots used to have
wow.
bells.
Right. So you weren't concerned about your image, like everyone was so scared and conventional. If I wear this, I'm gonna look like that. But you just became more masculine with every fashion turn.
Yeah, unintentional.
Uh, it's almost like your on-screen and off-screen wardrobe have never been in conflict. It's basically you extend your personality into your characters through the clothes, not as the acting, but through the clothes somehow. Is that true?
Uh, I'm not sure about that. I mean, if Ram Lakhan had me wearing dhoti in Devdas, you had me wearing dhoti.
Mm-hmm.
I think my performance also was looked at, not just my
No,
clothes.
no, that's what I'm saying. No, 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 that's what I'm saying. The acting aside, somewhere the extension of the persona went into the clothing choices. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I did. I wore dhoti a lot in many films.
Hmm.
Dhoti has always been part of me in the films. But at the same time, I worn my denim on my hip, not on my chest.
Yes. Okay. I want to ask you, when you're playing cop in the movies, like in Ram Lakhan, dressed in the khaki uniform, the way you wore it, I just want to know, do you feel like you're on a runway because there's a cop with such swagger? I want to meet a cop like you. Like, where is this Ram Singh kind of cop in India? I want to know.
I don't know. There'll be a lot of Ram Singh props. We have many straightforward, like Ram, that you would want to see. There are many clean cops happening around India, and you can read about them. They're
No,
loyal to
I
their
agree,
family.
but I would like to meet.
Yeah.
I would like to meet people who look as interesting as you.
Well, you can start looking at me first, and then we'll look around for others.
Okay. Okay. That's a good option, I think. So, what was your waist in Ram Lakhan?
My
What was your
waistline?
waistline? What was your waistline? Sorry.
Um, I think 32. When I walked into the film industry, it was 27.
I see. Interesting.
I was very lean.
So you've done about, sorry, please continue.
Sorry?
You were saying?
No, I don't know. What you saying?
No, I was saying you've done over 200 films and counting in 12 different languages.
Yeah.
Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Konkani. How many languages do you
How was
speak?
it?
How many languages do you speak?
Oh, how many languages? I think my language everybody understands. I hardly speak many languages, but the language that I
Okay.
speak, many people understand.
Okay. So, do your
But
kids,
sorry?
Tiger and Krishna, take fashion inspiration from you and borrow your clothes?
No, not at all. I think they have their own fashion, they have their own style, and I think they rock as they are.
Oh, indeed, so. Indeed.
I take my son's t-shirts that he doesn't wear anymore.
Right.
I like to wear my daughter's t-shirt also.
Aren't you the coolest dad ever? So, how does someone look like a hero who has no money to buy clothes? With whatever he has, how can one look like a hero? Air quotes hero.
I beg your pardon. Sorry, I didn't get you. I couldn't hear you, darling. I lost you.
Sorry, I was
I lost
asking
you.
you, how does one look like a hero with no money to buy clothes?
Just a clean physique, clean nails, clean clean face. That's it. I mean, you need to have a great health. Clothes don't make you. You make clothes.
Correct. So now we come to like the quick section. It's almost at the end. So what's the first thing you do in the morning? Do you check yourself out?
I look at my mother's face.
Very sweet. So you spend most of your time in your farm nowadays when you're not shooting. You're growing vegetables, trees, plants, and herbs, and you've been encouraging people to plant trees with Ped Lagao campaign. Please tell us more about that.
I feel that it's a normal thing to do for everybody. Like how in school we used to have the seeds of methi growing in that sand. You remember we put the little methi seeds in the sand, and that little methi used to sprout up.
Proud, yeah.
Yeah, and then being around jungles. So maybe as you start getting time, you start looking around, and then you start reading about environment. You start about think about water pollution. So it's automatic. It's not that I'm going to change the world or something, but in my own way, I do my things. If I feel like planting trees, I plant trees. If I feel like going to NGOs who plant trees, I do it with them. But it's no preaching or no activist or no none of those things that I do. I do it for my pleasure. I like to grow plants. I like to teach my children that they should also follow the path. And if anyone looks at me and does it, damn good.
Right.
On a birthday, if you plant a tree on your mother's name or your father's name, fantastic, I think.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. You enjoy cooking for your family. Did you cook in the lockdown?
Yeah, I do.
Did you cook in the lockdown? Did you cook a lot?
Sorry?
In the lockdown, did you cook a lot?
In the lockdown, I was locked at the farm, so I kind of was there for 40 days.
What is the one emotion that you felt the most during lockdown? What comforted you?
Well, that you can survive with bare minimum.
Correct. What have you been wearing at home? That's exciting to know.
If it's dhoti or if it's or shorts or if it's usually I'm in my inners because it's home, so you don't have to really worry about anything. But mostly inners.
Figured.
Like swimming costume or something.
Figured. We understood. That's why the question. We understood. So, who is the most fashionable person in your world?
In film industry?
In your world. It could be out of it, in it, anywhere.
Means who is the most fashionable person?
Person in your world.
Person, didn't, I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
Who is the most fashionable person in your world?
Who's the most fashionable person? Danny Denzonko.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. Yeah, he is quite cool. What will always be in fashion?
Sorry?
What will always be in fashion and never go out of style?
Clean nails.
And good hygiene. And good hygiene.
That's what I meant. No toe jams.
Okay. What can you not resist in life?
Dessert.
What do you like to eat in dessert?
Everything that you cook. Jalebi, Shrikand, peda.
Sure. When are you at your happiest?
In the mountains, in the hills, in the water.
And what is the most narcissistic thing you do on a regular basis? What's the most narcissistic thing you do?
Well, if looking at yourself once a day in the mirror is narcissistic. But I'm not narcissist. I kind of look at myself, at least when I'm shooting, I keep looking at my face. But that is so that I look right. That's not narcissism.
No, that's work.
It feels like narcissism that I keep looking in the mirror most of the time. But I'm an actor. You got to look at your face. You got to set up.
Can I see what you're wearing? Like a little bit around the neck, on your head? Because no one can see. Can we see what you're wearing? Little bit. Okay, so that's like a
What you saying, love?
So we want to see what you're wearing. अभी आप क्या पहन रहे हैं? अभी आपने क्या पहना हुआ है? हमको देखना है. सर पे, शर्ट पे.
ये दिख नहीं रहा तुझे?
थोड़ा सा.
दिखा?
हाँ, टोपी दिखा.
ये दिखा?
अभी शर्ट दिखाएं प्लीज. शर्ट. Oh,
दिखा?
Super, loving it.
और क्या देखना? रुमाल देखा?
नहीं, बस अभी बस. मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन, लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, रुबीना क्वेश्चन.
और दिखाई देता हूँ.
What's more fashionable, love or lust? Oh,
दिखा?
I see the shoes. Are you wearing the same espadrilles and the pile that you wore with the linen suit?
और ये अपना झाड़.
हाँ, तो पेड़ गाड़ी में भी है. ये बहुत सही है.
होना चाहिए.
हाँ, होना ही चाहिए. करेक्ट है, बिल्कुल सही है. तो
स्पाइडर प्लांट बोलते हैं. स्पाइडर प्लांट.
Yes, I know, it's very good for breathing.
कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. गाड़ी के ये चल रहा है ना, गाड़ी की ट्रैफिक. आवाज.
ओहो, बहुत बिजी है इतने बजे रात में भी. हाँ, so my last question is the Rubina question. What is more fashionable, love or lust?
Fashionable has always been love. Lust is momentary.
So everybody, I hope you have enjoyed Mr. Jackie Shroff live in person. His candor and charm, irrepressible as usual. And he is just finished shooting and he's on his way home. And he took out this time for all of us. So Jackie, thank you so much. I appreciate your time so very much. Thank you.
Keep looking lovely, Rubina. I hope you still wear your boots.
Well, I don't have the chance to wear the boots anymore, but I will wear them when I see you. For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Take care. Ciao. Have a great time, guys. I haven't seen any of you. I haven't heard any of you. But love to all you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye, my love. Bye.